Hi folks, welcome to another one of our board reviews. This time brand new inspirational board from collaboration between Daniel Thompson of Tomo Surfboards and Firewire. This is the new Vanguard model, probably one of the most inspirational surfboards I've ever seen. I've been following his blog for some time, pretty excited to find out they're going to bring these out with Firewire, and it's just landed. Absolutely mind-blowing board. First kind of take on it looks more like a wakeboard, and for all intents and purposes part of the reason why the board works is due to the same kind of technology you find on a wakeboard. We'll go all through the different areas of the board in a second. The actual template or the design of the board is modern planing hull, and it's designed to take much less board but shape it to a point where the shape itself is creating lift and driving speed, so it allows you to get away with a much smaller board. This is actually 5'4" by 18 by 2 1/4. So 18 and 2 1/4 is relatively high performance, 5'4" is tiny, so it's allowing a small package to work well. They are designed for better ability surfers and better quality surf, but in the larger models, an intermediate surfer could well get away with one, and providing they're learning pretty quick. So it's designed by Daniel Thompson. You may have seen the videos of Stu Kennedy, a ripcurl rider, surfing this board. Mind-blowing surfing, mind-blowing airs, bigger than I've seen anyone land airs in the past. Pretty radical surfing, but all in control and with style as well. We've also seen a lot of footage of Tom Curran riding these and surfing them really well. But straight into the board. Very thin, very narrow. You can see it's very parallel railed, both sides, going back to that wakeboard design. That's keeping it's keeping the board very fast through the water, having that parallel rail. There's less curve to force through the water. So you've got the modern planing hull, parallel lines. That's going to reduce drag through the water, and reduced drag is also it's allowing the board to get up on the plane quicker and allowing that forward momentum. And as soon as the board's up and planing and you're moving forwards, you can get away with a small template. You're still moving relatively quick. Through the less resistance to pushing through the water, that's creating more speed and drive, and it's allowing the board to work. If the board starts to dip, if you've lost speed or you're in the wrong part of the wave or you're bobbed through a turn, you might think that nose would dig in, but the rocker line through the nose there and the channels in the front, there's one either side. The channels are created by these contours on the nose, and they're there for a few different reasons. As the board nose dips in, they're going to help push the nose back up again. So you might think without that pointed normal shortboard nose you might be dipping in all the time. Those contours are going to help push the nose back up, and as you're moving forward, the wind coming underneath the board, the wind resistance, is actually going to help to get underneath and create lift as well. So the faster you move forward, the more this board wants to lift up. So the parallel rails, less drag from the under contours, matched with the design of the nose, there's all helping get the board up and going. Through the tail, there is sufficient rocker through the tail, just to help keep the board really kind of directionally stable and comfortable underfoot. We'll go through the tail in more detail in a second, but there's enough rocker there for the board to work fine when the surf's quite hollow and steep. Underneath, we'll go through the tail in more detail. Quite deep channels right through the back of the tail. If you can see that if you get lower down. Quite sharp edges there, fairly flat through the actual fins of the board, but then into this deep channel through the back with a slight concave running through the back fin there. It's forcing the water out through these two channels. It's creating drive and thrust, forcing the board through the water, and these channels are just helping with that kind of control at speed as well. I flip the board around, there's loads going on with this tail. It's called a double diamond tail. You've got loads of contours going on and angulations. Looks totally bizarre, never seen anything like this before, but looking at that, it's really easy to kind of understand how and why it works. You've got incredible control, but you've also got these release points as well, so when the tail's really forced through a turn, it will give and release. So you can still be doing snap cutbacks and forcing the tail through the water, but initially, through bottom turns, even in really hollow steep sections, you've got all these kind of biting points for the board to gain more control at speed, but still be incredibly responsive and quick to turn at slower speeds, and obviously when you're going Mach 10 when you're flying in decent quality surf. So you've got the diamond nose, double diamond tail, with all these different contours going on. But basically the channels underneath combined with the tail shape, it's basically giving you maximum control at high speed. So I mean, giving you an idea of what this board's designed for. It's supposed to be decent quality surf and high performance surfing as well. So the next thing, the actual ride you can get from the board, it's going to be a real fast responsive ride. The board's much smaller than normal. That in itself is allowing you to find it a lot easier to turn the board. Your body positions and movements are going to allow this board to react instantly. There's no extra foam anywhere in the board that's going to hold you back or kind of hang the board up. So we've gone through the template, the nose, the tail, the rocker. Last thing to cover is obviously we're using Firewire technology with this board. This is the white rapid fire, so it's PVC free, VOC free, better for the environment. We've got the carbon rods internally running both through both of the rails there, just helping keep the board to the right kind of stiffness and basically maximising not only the strength of the material but the fact that it's super lightweight as well, and that kind of flex pattern is keeping it even more responsive. A stunning new board, nothing else like it on the market. The Tomo Surfboards spanking new Vanguard. Sold out already. Get a pre-order in now if you want to get one, because they're very hard to come by. Thanks for watching.